Hey guys, what is going on? My name is NoJ456 and today I'm going to be showing you guys some exclusive new Destiny gameplay from the new DLC, the Taken King. I'm going to be showing you guys all of the subclasses, all of the loadouts, every single perk that you can do on every single subclass. I'm going to be showing you gameplay of all the new grenades, all of the new melee attacks, and all of the new supers, and then I'm going to be showing you armor for each and every one of the characters. There's just a lot of stuff to cover in this video. It's probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, but I want to put everything in one video so you guys could have it all in one place. Everything that was at this capture event was very, very cool. I had a ton of fun playing with the supers, and I'm going to show you guys all of that stuff here in just a few seconds. So anyway, if you guys do end up enjoying this video, a like would be very, very much appreciated, and as always, make sure you are subscribed for the latest Destiny content, because this DLC is going to be great. We only got to play Crucible for it, but as soon as the rest of the information comes out about the raid especially, I'm going to be covering it on my channel, and then obviously gameplay as soon as the DLC drops, which is quite a ways away, but it is coming nonetheless, and I do hope it comes sooner rather than later. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started here with the new grenades. Now the first one up here is the Hunter grenade. Now whenever you use this grenade, the first one is going to have a void energy kind of line that wherever you throw it, it's going to place just a horizontal line from whichever direction you throw it onto the ground, and that is going to just create a giant ball or just line of damage on the ground. Now the primary, the melee attack is actually another grenade, which is going to kind of disorient enemies. It's basically like a smoke screen that's going to allow you to kind of throw that down and run around in it. Now I was talking to a developer, and he said that there's an option here to throw it down and actually turn your entire team invisible whenever you're throwing down this grenade, which is a very, very cool option and a very, very cool perk to have if you are going to be rocking this subclass. But it damages enemies, it blinds them, and then you can obviously run through it and be completely fine yourself, which is really, really cool. Now next up, we're going to be doing the I believe this is the Warlock here, and or the Titan rather. Sorry, I mixed up the gameplay here. But this is going to be the Titan. This is the new fire damage grenade, and this grenade is going to throw out, and it's obviously going to do a few different kind of rounds on the ground where it shoots forward. This is kind of opposite of the Hunter in that it's going to go forwards, but it's not just a constant line of energy or a constant line of damage or anything like that. It is just going to kind of pulse out in front of you, as you can see, like that. And the melee attack for this is just basically going to be a fire punch. There's a couple different things that you can put onto this, and I will show you that all in the perk trees later on in this video. But it's basically just a fire punch. It makes him weaker to your bullets, to everyone else's bullets, and kind of just rips through their defenses. So the last one up, obviously, is the Warlock grenade. Now I didn't get any good gameplay of this. This is my buddy Bife's gameplay, and he's basically the one who provided all of the Warlock stuff. His link will be in the description down below. But this is the first one right here. This is the damage that is just going to kind of pulse out in a wave. The best way that I can describe it is how they describe it in the little description of it, is that it's kind of like a small electrical storm that is going to come out. It's going to do arc damage, obviously, for just a few moments there. It's going to kind of storm around, do a ton of damage, and then go away. And then obviously the melee is going to be basically a arc damage punch, or double hands to the chest looking thing, where you're gonna just hold your hands on them, they're gonna go flying away and die from arc damage. Now that was the grenades, that was the melee abilities. Obviously you can modify all of these, but we didn't have our characters fully leveled up, so this is that's the gameplay that we got right there. Now let's go ahead and switch over to our supers, and I will show you guys what those look like in this video. So first up, we have the Hunter bow. Now the Hunter's bow here is going to be a very, very lethal weapon if you hit them head on. It's going to do a ton of damage, basically one-shot kill them if you hit them head on. However, in this third clip that I'm going to show you right after this one, we're going to be talking about what this is going to do 99% of the time. Now, as you can see, that Warlock right there just supered. So I'm going to see this Warlock. I'm going to accidentally hit the wall with my bow. It's going to be stuck on the wall there, but he just supered. He is coming toward me with a super, but this thing is going to stick onto the wall. It's going to wait a second, and it's going to detonate. Now whenever it detonates, it basically suppresses all of their abilities. So no grenades, no melee, no super. It's going to turn off all of those abilities and link them to this chain. It's going to keep them there for a few seconds, and they can slowly walk away and break the chain if they get enough distance between it, but it will keep them relatively in place for that entire time. And after the time is kind of over, when they have time to escape, after that time it will slowly start burning. Every single person can link up to, I think, 5 whole people. Everyone on the other team you can link with this and suppress them, suppress all their abilities. You can throw your own grenades in there and just let the bow do all of its work. Now, it's not really OP in the fact that they can still shoot you, and it is not a fast killing machine, but it will link them there. It will stop their supers, and it's kind of like a team support anti-super device, which is very good for blade dancers, very good for the warlocks, very good for basically anyone who has a super that is coming towards you and you have time to shoot your bow and disable all of their supers. So next up is the Titan super, and this is kind of the fire warhammer thing that is so good. I just can't stress how good this thing is. It is going to absolutely decimate enemies in PvP. I don't know how it's going to be in PvE, and again, that's just kind of remaining up to be seen because we didn't get to use this thing in PvE yet. But it seems like it's going to be a little bit worse in the fact that you're going to have to get kind of nice and up close and personal to be able to have this be useful in PvE, and maybe that's its downfall. But again, in PvP, it's just absolutely a tank. Now, how this thing works is you spawn in, obviously you super, you can go ahead and smash enemies at melee range, one hit, one kill every single time. If you're within melee range, you pull the right trigger, you're going to go ahead and lunge at them and obviously kill them with one hit. Now, if you're away from melee range, you can actually toss the hammers, and you're going to see that in the second clip that I'm showing you out of these two clips that I got that were pretty good with it. Every single time you throw a hammer, if it makes any sort of direct contact, it's very generous with it as well. If it makes any sort of direct contact with the person, it is going to materialize them and be an insta-kill on them as well. It's very, very easy to use, and it is probably the best one out of the three. And some of the guys at Bungie were saying that they've never created a Titan before. They just refuse to play as Titans, but they're making Titans on their own personal accounts now because of how good this super is. And maybe it's subject to change. Obviously it is if they're still working on the DLC, but as of right now, it is just absolutely amazing. So last but not least, we have the Warlock super. Now, if I had to put this into a few words, is that you basically turn into a Sith Lord. You basically just start flying around, you can shoot lightning out of your fingers, and it seems like it is pretty darn good. Now, as you're going to see right there, it is easily shut down by the Hunter ultimate. All he had to do was ulti and super the guy, and he basically would just immediately lost the rest of his super, wasn't able to kill the guy, and then got killed by the Hunter. So again, the Hunter is a very defensive role, but overall for the Warlock, it's a very high risk, high reward thing, because if you jump in there and you super, it's very easy to kind of just be evaporated right away, because it doesn't really seem like you take any reduced damage. However, you're going to deal out a ton of damage. It's basically like having a very easy to aim heavy weapon is what I can describe it as. You get a lot of kills, but you still have a high risk of dying, and that's something that you have to avoid. But overall, it was a very fun thing to do, and it just makes you feel really cool whenever you do this thing. So I really recommend it, and I would definitely try it out if you have a Warlock.